Welcome to When I Fell in Love with Hip Hop STL. I'm your show host, Israel Picasso. We coming live from St. Louis, Missouri. Today, guest is tell the crowd who you are and where you from.
What's up? It's your boy Joliet Doe, man. I'm checking in live in the A. You know what I'm saying? From Atlanta, Georgia, but we coming via Joliet, Illinois.
Okay. So shit, how was it growing up for you in Joliet, man?
Man, growing up in the town was, it's kind of wild. Um, I ain't gonna say it's no different than growing up in any other hood. You know what I'm saying? A lot of other, gang banging shit. Shit like that, street shit.
Yeah. So that's the type of life that you experienced though?
Yeah, pretty much in and out. Like, I had like we come from some money and shit. Like we had good shit going on, but you be a product of your environment and what you got going on. And if all the homies is hustling and this, that, and the other, we become a product of our environment, start doing what, you know, and that's how we, lead down that life.
That's real. That's real. All right, so shit, how you fall in love with hip hop?
Man, I fell in love with hip hop, man, as a young kid, man. My uncle, man, was took me in the car one day to go to the liquor store, and first time I heard some first rap I heard was some cussing, and it was Easy E. He played some Easy E for me, man, and I fell in love from that moment. Like that's what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I got heavy involved. Like this is like the early '90s, late '80s, early '90s. I got involved with it, but I didn't actively start pursuing it myself to like the late '90s. You know what I'm saying? When I got out of high school and shit like that.
All right, so that's when you realized you had the ability to put the words together and everything?
Say that again.
Is that when you realized you had the ability to put the words together and all that?
Yeah, I had seen I had the ability. First, I was singing. You know what I'm saying? Like before the Drake and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like before the Drakes and all that kind of stuff came out and all the, how everybody harmonized it now. Like I was really trying to sing, and that was the big thing to do. And then as I remember, um, I used to play basketball a lot during the summer. And my boy came up one day that I was in a group with that was singing, and he was like, yeah, man, I ain't on that singing shit no more. Fuck that. I'm rapping now. And he told me his rap name. He told me his name was Chaos, and was like, man, put out his little rap book and spit some rhymes. And from that day on, I said, fuck that singing shit too. I went home and started writing rhymes. You know what I'm saying? And try to put my flow together, and that's how that started.
Okay. Do you remember the first record you ever recorded, and how did the people respond to it?
Yeah, I remember. Like when I started rapping, man, it wasn't like everybody had a studio or you could just fall into a studio. You know what I'm saying? It was like one or two cats around the way that had a studio like that you can go to, and I I was invited to do this talent show, and these guys was having a talent show, and whoever won the talent show would be able to record a song. You know what I'm saying? So I went and recorded the song and performed it at the talent show, and I ended up winning. And that's what started it all off for me. You know what I'm saying? That's when I kind of like knew, like, oh damn, because
Yeah.
before then I was just known for like playing sports and being a hood nigga and talking shit. But
Right.
when I jumped up there and started rapping and shit, and I got the response that I got, like, damn, dude cold, and it was just that's what took me there. It was like, yeah, let me give this shit a
Yeah.
shot, man. I'm gonna
Like,
try.
yo, this it. This it. This what I want to do.
Yeah, I had already. It was like an affirmation, really. Like I said, I had knew from a young jit. I always knew that I wanted to be on the stage, bro. Like I always was in talent shows, and I was never afraid to being in front of people. So I always knew that I wanted to do music in some shape or form, but that was probably the moment when I was like, yeah, I'm finna be, full term. I'm a rapper. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm on.
Right, right, right. How did you create your rap name, man?
My name always been dope. Like I said, I was heavily influenced by, like, my favorite rapper was Ice Cube when I was coming up as a shorty. That's like who who uh who I was like, idolizing and shit from that era. And that's how I really got my name. His name was Doughboy in Boys
Yeah,
in the Hood.
look,
So, you know what I'm saying? That's where my name came from, Doughboy. And then I shortened it down to Doe. Then it was Doe Digger, because as time went on, what I'm saying, I was heavily influenced by, when I started writing, I was heavily influenced by niggas like Nas and Jay-Z and shit like that. Like, that's when I really started writing my rhymes and stuff like that. Yeah, I was heavily influenced by them, so I threw the Doe Digger in there. And then later on in my career, when I moved from the first time I moved to Atlanta, this is my second time living in Atlanta, but the first time I moved down here, I was chasing I was trying to, do my rap thing, and I wanted to kind of like, every time they would ask me where I was from, I'd be like Joliet, and they'd be like, "Where is that? Where?" So I just incorporated it in my name, like Joliet Doe. That way, everywhere that I was going and I was giving my props, I'd be putting on for my city, no matter what. By them knowing me, they knowing my city. You know what I'm saying?
that's real. That's real. All right, what message did you want to give to the listeners when you released "To Live and Die in Atlanta"? And what was your inspiration to create that type of format?
Uh, for living, dying, and A, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was really in a space where I was on some bullshit, and I just so happened to I was in a negative space right there, so I can't say that I was giving anybody a inspiration on that. You feel what I'm saying?
Saying like,
But
what was your inspiration? It ain't even got to be what you was giving to them. It's just like, what feeling was you feeling at the time?
I was feeling like, if you listening to the words, I was really feeling like, say I was going through a situation where I felt betrayed by by people that you put close to you, and I was really just in that space right there. You know what I'm saying? A space of anger
Yeah,
about that situation. So, I just put it in words, and I think that's what it is with artists. Artists are the biggest contradictions to themselves as well, because it's all about your feelings. And some days you might be feeling like fuck the world, and some days I may wake up and feel like, man, I want to go to church today. One
that's
day,
real.
you understand what I'm saying? So as an artist, I feel like you should be able to transfer all those energies into songs, and um in that space, and at that time, that's how I was feeling, and
Right.
that's what came out with that beat and that song, and that's just what it was.
So you turned the negative energy into a positive energy, and
Yeah,
then you gave a frequency to the world. And,
yeah, basically,
that shit was dope. That shit was dope, man.
yeah. So it was like I didn't put it to where anybody is gonna be like, damn, who he talking about, or woo what the bam. It's just really the expression, and that's something that I try to do in the music too. Is like put certain, be specific, that a person that heard it and know what I'm talking about. The person that heard it, they know what I'm talking about. But it was still relevant enough that anybody could vibe with it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, what producers did you work with on Black Roses, and what was the meaning behind the title?
Black Roses, that was like a 16 track project. I had a couple of producers that I worked with. My man Turtle Feezy, Cam Got Hits, um, my man STA, rest his soul, man. He's no longer here with us anymore, but I was working with him, and that album was like, that was actually, Black Roses was actually a part two to a to a mixtape that I had put out the first time. Black Roses is actually a mixtape, and I never released. Roses 1 came out during the era where we were still throwing CDs out, and I never just went and uploaded it on the platforms. But when I completed Black Roses 2, it was really like that was like a crown jewel for me because I wrote everything. I didn't produce the beats, but I mixed and mastered the whole track, recorded myself. You know, I pretty much put that whole project together by myself. So with the
Okay.
help of the producers, of course. But
Yeah. What producers did you work with on that record?
on which record, bro?
No, I'm saying on the album. Period.
Like I said, I had worked with several producers. One notable one is Cam Got Hits, and my man Eric Turtle Feezy. Turtle Feezy did a track. My man STA, he's no longer here with us, but he did about two or three joints on there.
Rest his soul.
Yes, sir. So it was. I worked with my man LaRon Michaels. You know, it was a
Okay.
couple
Okay.
dope artists on there. I produced a couple tracks on there myself. So it was
It was.
love, man.
Yeah.
But
So.
this was really the era where you just getting tracks from cats, and it wasn't really like it was really like let me get that beat. You know what I'm saying? Here go whatever you want for that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like we was in the studio cooking. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's a difference. Like the songs that I did with Turtle Feezy, I actually was in there cooking with them. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's
You
a
got
different feeling.
that genuine vibe. That right
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
yeah. I've been in the game for a long time, man. Since like I dropped my first joints in like 2000. So,
Okay.
so the game was a whole lot different at that point than what it is now. So, um, I came, I just been able to evolve with the music game. You know what I'm saying? That's what pretty much give me a lot of the knowledge and advice that I give with what I'm doing now. Because as I'm saying, we talking about me as an artist right now, but I really don't. I've evolved more than just the artist. Like the artist thing is really like
Oh
my,
yeah, yeah,
my
we're gonna talk about that. We definitely gonna get into that because I know you a man of many hats. Huh?
right.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Now, what artists have you worked with, and what artists do you wish to work with?
Say that again.
What artists have you worked with, and what artists do you wish to work with?
Uh, I know I work with a couple of artists like more on the local areas. I never really did like a feature. You know what I'm saying? With a main artist, I was one of the artists that really like. I was really more into showcasing my own shit. You know what I'm saying? Put myself on, and then, but I guess that's kind of selfish. But I mean, that's the type of time I was on because I really hated doing features with niggas, and then uh, we got a show and I want to perform that song. We promoting it, and then people don't show up for shows, and you know what I'm saying, shit like that.
Fuck
So
your shit up.
yeah, so the few features I done did with people, you know what I'm saying, they never been released or nothing like that. Cause by the time I started getting around people that I would do want to do features with, the music really wasn't the main focus. You know what I'm saying, or what I was doing business with them for. So,
All right.
but as an artist though, I always felt like I need to put myself in a position where other people would want to do features with me.
Yeah, that's
You know
real.
what I'm saying? Instead of going to ask and ride somebody else's coattail. You know what I'm saying? A clout
Yeah.
chase. You know what I'm saying? But
I
to the second part of that question, who I would love to work with,
yeah.
like I would always love to do a song with Jay or Nas. You feel me? Like I would love to do a song with them. Like any of the greats, I would love to do song with. You know, Andre 3000. Today's era, today's music game. You know what I'm saying? I pretty much would. I really dig like the J Cole's. Uh, I like 42 Doug. I like Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? I would do tracks with them. You know.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, all right, what new projects do you have in the workings, and when can we expect new music?
Man, I can't even tell you that because it's really like you know what I'm saying, with me personally right now, I'm not really actively pursuing being an artist. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's really hard for me to say like, yo, I got a new this about to drop. The position I'm in right now is like, yo, I got a studio. You know, if I want to if I got the bug, I turn the studio on, I make a song, I put it out. I got a lot of joints that's just sitting around because I'ma always make music, but I'm not actively pushing music to like be like, yo, man, check my music out. I want to be on
yeah,
your thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm pursuing myself as an artist. It's more like a caveat or a trick up my sleeve now to the other things that I do. You know what I'm saying? Like an exclamation point on everything else that I'm doing. Like, oh yeah, I make music too, and that kind of like just seals the deal with a lot of things, and it'd be like, damn, because I
yeah,
deal with a lot of artists, so a lot of artists are more susceptible to listen to a person that's speaking in a relatable term because he was an artist as well. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Yeah. All right, can you talk about how you started with label management, promotion, and consulting?
Yeah, the story is kind of dope. Like I always tell people, like I came down here, I was rapping for a long time, just like everybody else on the local scene. I took my little chance was to move down to Atlanta and come down here and try to chase the rap dream, and I was doing all of that, and until I was broke. You feel me? And they sent me back home. And when I went back home, I just retooled up. You know what I'm saying? I retooled up with um, um, making myself more valuable than just being a rapper. I just started looking at myself as an independent business. And when I started looking at myself as an independent business instead of just a rapper, I started looking for ways to make money. So, I was spending a lot of money on studios. So I went and bought a studio. I was spending a lot of money on beats. I went, bought a beat machine and had other people come and make beats for me. You know what I'm saying? So just cut the overheads down. I learned how to shoot my own videos. And then I learned how to throw events and shows and booking artists. And so I learned how to do all these different things. It took over time, and with that, when I came back to Atlanta this time, I didn't present myself as an artist. I presented myself as Big Homie Doe, the promoter, the person that's throwing events. And when you the person that throw events, you the person that create opportunity. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying? When you're an artist and you're labeling yourself just as an artist, the artist is always looking for opportunity. That means you're looking for somebody to do something for you. You know what I'm saying? You're looking for somebody to put you on. That was my mentality when I first came to Atlanta, and I was like, yo, if only somebody could see me or hear me or see my talent, what I'm saying, they gonna put me on and I'm gonna get on and whatever I thought getting on was at that time, what I'm saying, I'm gonna make it. So when I seen the game for what it really was, and I went back home and I came back this time and I started throwing shows and throwing events and doing like that, I started generating revenue. And when you start generating revenue, it's like all the people that you want as an artist, you want to have this record label and this person on your line and this person on your line. I ended up getting all those people on my line by throwing the hottest of events with all the underground artists, because the underground artists is basically the food to the industry. You understand what I'm saying? So if you a promoter and I throw the shows and I got all the independent artists, everybody else, the connection, they all want to eat off of that. So now this DJ wants to DJ at your club because you got 200 artists in the building. You know what I'm saying? These record labels want to come to your spots because you might have the next talent that's up or whatever the case may be. The artist became my plug to everything else. And then when I got plugged in with everything else, that's when I was like, okay, now check that out. I'm a rapper too. And now it hits differently for me. For me, as an artist, is like if I was when I was an artist, I was still the dope artist that you hear right now. I was still dope, but nobody put me on. When I came down here and I started generating my own revenue, then I started having the connections that I wanted and shit like that. Then I started putting myself on it. That's what really got me where I'm at right now. Is once the artist started hearing that, or I would talk to them and tell them a lot of things. I just got connected with a lot of artists that wanted me to manage them, and I got with one artist in particular when I first got down here in Atlanta, and um, that said artist, you know what I'm saying, we was moving together and we was throwing events together, so we were eating. And my main thing would always be to him was like, yo, if you throw your own event, if you throw your own party, you get your own club, you throw your own event, you got your own microphone, you feel what I'm saying, and and you rap at your own event, that's a paid show for you.
Right, right,
You understand what I'm saying? So instead of the artists, a lot of artists run around. They depend. This is why I be telling niggas like, if you're an artist, you gotta understand that you at the bottom of the totem pole. You depend on the artist always depends on the promoter to buy them. That's the way they eat. You see what I'm saying? You get money from your record sales, then the majority of an artist's money comes from live events and shows and doing shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So if in any position, you're always depending on me to come and book you. But if
right.
you know how to throw your own event, even especially as an independent artist, if you know how to throw your own events and you basically booking yourself, you doing just what Floyd Mayweather doing. Why you think Floyd Mayweather richer than all the other richer than all the other boxers? It's because he is throwing his own event and fighting at his own event.
Mm-hmm.
He cut out the Bob Arums and the Don Kings of the world. You cut them out and you throw the event yourself. That's why the money in the purse is so much bigger. Because
Yeah,
I got the door now. I got the MGM door. I got the deal with the TV. It's all me. You see what I'm saying? As opposed to all those other rappers back in the day, they was just rappers. The promoters was getting all the money because we putting up the money. We getting the venue. We getting the business. You just getting paid to do your work. You see what I'm saying? That's the Mike Tysons in that era. What Floyd showed and rapping and boxing is the same thing. You feel me? Promoters. Promoter, you get a promoter, he throws you a show, y'all get money together. That's what boxing is. You see what I'm saying? Get a promoter and he promotes that fight. And that fight draws in so much money. But if you become what Floyd did was he became the promoter himself and he was the fighter. So not
right.
only did he get the fight purse, he got the whole door too and all the merchandise and all. That's why he Floyd and super rich.
Yeah,
So I employ the same thing with my hustle with my artists. And he started going up instead of going and looking for $200 from a club for a booking, or somebody want to give you a bottle in a section and you come in there and you spending 15,000, you spending 1,500 throwing money in the air. Where was the win for you?
right.
But if you get your own club and you can't, what can a nigga offer you? I give you a section and a bottle? Ooh, I got my own club. I got my own sections. I stand on my own, and then I get paid way more than that. You see what I'm saying? I'm coming back with $2,000, $3,000 a night. You see what I'm saying? I'm paying myself, but y'all only want to give me 200 because my music ain't doing such and such. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm,
in the business aspect of it, that independent artist was getting more money than everybody else. It didn't matter if you had did a song with Jay-Z. It didn't matter if you did a Woo Wop the Bam. You're not getting booked as many nights as we're doing shows every week.
right.
That's 53 shows a year, paid shows. So whether you know me or not, on the independent scene, I'm still eating.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to ask yourself, what you in it for? You in it for the fame, or you in it for the success? Because if you getting money, you're successful.
That's real.
I know a lot of famous niggas that's broke.
Yeah.
Real talk.
All right. So, when the next event, man, and how can all the sign up for it?
Say that again.
I said, when the next event you putting out, and how can artists sign up for it, man? Like different cities if they want to come fuck with
Right now, I do weekly events in Atlanta, man. On at this, I got a spot called the Six Lounge
you.
on
Okay.
Martin Luther King in Atlanta every Thursday night. It's called the Six on Thursdays. This week in particular is my birthday party, so anybody that's watching or if you're in Atlanta, y'all want to slide through and come holler at me personally. I'll be there every Thursday. You know what I'm saying? And it's a showcase event, and what I do that's big at my events, at any event that I throw, is I pay independent artists for their performances. I teach them what your worth is. You see what I'm saying? And how you can get paid, and that's by bringing people out to see you. So if any artist bring 10 or more people out, I pay them right on the stage. It's money they keep. It's not no hoax or nothing like that. I'm getting money with the artist, and that's what really blew me up out here. You know what I'm saying? That hustle right there. Once a lot of niggas got onto that, it was just like, who was this nigga? You feel
Right.
me? And that's how I went.
All right. All right. Shit, I gotta ask you, man. Who your top five dead or alive?
You said what now?
Who your top five dead or alive favorite artists of all time?
Top five dead or alive?
Yeah.
I gotta say Big. I gotta say Pop. I gotta say Nas. I gotta say, man, there's so many of them, man. I gotta say Andre 3000
Okay.
and Conway the Machine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
Conway the Machine. It's
You
so
put
many, but he's my favorite right now.
crazy
And,
lyrics.
and, and I gotta say Ross too, man. Like I would have to pray. I probably put Ross over Andre 3000. Matter of fact, I take Andre 3000 off and put Ross there because Ross is one of my favorite artists. Period.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be my top five right there. I'm
All right.
I'm more into the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got content, you notice those type of artists be lasting for a long, long time. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't too much of a fan of the here and now, the here and go, the come and
Yeah.
go stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So I like shit with content and
Universal, man. Something that's gonna be here 10 years from now.
it ain't even got to be commercial. It could be underground too. It's just got to have
For it's like
content and
shit, like shit that everybody can hear. You know, when you got timeless music, it's gonna always be here.
yeah. That type of shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. That's why I like Conway. I like Conway a lot because it's not commercial music, but he really spitting though. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know. It's like there's still a niche out there. That's what let me know that. That's what gives me hope that it's still a niche out there for that type of rap. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
That's why if you listen to a lot of that stuff, like I sent you some of them other links, if you ever get time, go check some of that stuff out. But more of my music is more intricate. That's why I don't really push being an artist right now. But I have the freedom to do the music that I like to do, and then I build my own niche crowd out of that. You see what I'm saying? By being
Mhm.
able to do a lot of other things by the shows and the label and the management stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The name and the brand gets bigger. Then you just carve out. I'm just carving out my own niche crowd for the things that I like to do. Because I can perform anytime I want to. I can rap whenever I want. I'm not under any pressure to make the next hit song or do this and that and the other. I'm a Spotify curator, so I know how to release songs and get money off the songs that I'm doing by playlisting the songs and stuff. So it's like once you know the back end, I started really learning the back end business of music. That's when I started becoming successful at music. I spent years being an artist, about 15 years just being an artist, chasing being an artist, and I never made no money. I always spent money until I started, you feel me, looking
Learn.
at myself as a businessman and stop. That's when I stopped getting taken advantage of and all the complaints that these independent artists have right now. It really be, you got to look at the game for yourself, and be like, it's like you can't play a game that you don't know the rules to,
Right.
and you only gonna know the rules by playing the game. Ain't nobody gonna sit you down and tell you that. Nobody is doing that for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's sitting down and telling you like, yo, this is what it is. So every single artist that's out here that's doing this shit, you got to learn through trial and error. It's just all about who learning the quickest and who got, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Who
Yeah.
got the brain to get to your spot now? Because back in the day when we was doing our music, bro,
I can't hear you. You cut your mic off.
you hear me?
Yeah.
My bad, somebody's calling my phone. But back in the day when we was doing our music, bro, like you didn't have the reach and the touch that you got right now. You see what I'm saying? With a with an internet, you had to be the most talented for a record label to come and sign you, and then you was cultivated and got a song with the R&B chick, and you did all of this other shit. Now it's not like that. You know, the record labels is really like banks. You feel me? It's just like going to Chase and First Midwest or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's all that the record labels are, bro. And it's all about what you can do as an independent if you come into the table with some revenue. It's business now. That's why it's not about the talent. It could be horrible music, but if the music is selling, it's you know that's only an opinion. Because
Yeah.
that's all these people care about, bro. Is can it sell, bro? Can it sell? Can it sell? And that's the business end of it. And artists can't do. If I got any message in this song is if artists out here, bro, you cannot do music. You cannot do business with your music if your music is not making no money.
Damn.
Like period. You
Shit.
can sound like Tupac, bro. At the end of the day, if you want somebody to cut you a check, you gotta be you got to be making some money to. Nobody wants to take a risk and invest in somebody just because of their talent. So
Yeah.
as artists, you got to get out of that mentality of just because you know somebody said you was nice at something, you know, saying it still got to make business sense. You feel what
That's
I'm saying?
that's real. That's real. Now, what can we find you via social media?
You can follow me on the Instagram at Joliet JOLIET DOE _KGE Joliet Doe, all one word. Or just put in Big Homie Doe
All
on
right.
Instagram, man. You can check me out.
For sure. For sure. All right. How much for booking? And do you have any major sponsors you want to represent?
Say that again, bro. I couldn't hear you.
How much for bookings? And do you have any merchant sponsors you want to represent?
Uh, well, I got my boy Baby Bishop. You know, I got under my management company. Y'all go check him out at Baby Bishop _ the Lone Wolf. You know what I'm saying? Um, we doing bookings for him right now for a stack. We do the videos with the video performance, the in studio performance, and the show for 1,000.
Okay.
Um, shout out to the Six Line. Shout out to KGE Management. Shout out to Next to None. Um, Hit My Line Promotions and No Script Apparel.
All right. All right. For sure. For sure. Hey, let them know what podcast you on, man.
You got to tell me what the podcast is, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, this is why I fell in love with hip hop. My bad. My
Yeah, yeah,
bad, bro.
yeah. When I fell in love with hip hop STL, man. It's another show from Israel Picasso. We tuning live, man. We out of here. Peace.
Bro.